Hi guys, it's Find of the Month time again. And this month we've got a really intricate, beautiful piece which celebrates knot tying through the last 300 years of Royal Navy history. It was made by one of the very best, who sadly passed away a couple of years ago, a guy called Ray Tucknott, who was ex-Royal Navy. And he was famous for his displays of knots of all shapes and sizes, and his work is been seen is present in several museums. So this is a museum grade knot board display. You'll see lots of knot boards, but nothing that touches the quality of this piece. There's several pieces here that I'll draw your attention to. There's a colourful story and history behind each and individual item, but we haven't got enough time today to go through all of those. So I'll quickly point out my favourites, of course. Right, starting with the iconic cat of nine tails. That was obviously developed for severe punishment. The term was first used in the sort of 1600s, so it goes back a long way. One blow would take off skin and draw blood, and let alone the dozens of lashes you'd get for some of the misdemeanors. I remember that someone telling me once that sort of drunkenness would get a dozen lashes, desertion would get 200 lashes, mutiny 300, and 500 lashes for theft. 250 to 500 lashes was enough to cause a man death, not through the sheer agony, but through the fact that they used to use seawater as a crude antiseptic, and of course that's where and it was agonizingly more painful, which is where the term, of course, comes rubbing salt into the wound. Obviously, these days we know that there's millions of microbes in the seawater, so it's not as antiseptic as they once thought. A sawfish bill cutlass, easy for me to say. That's more of a show-off piece. We've seen evidence of those coming from Vikings to Filipino sailors to South American sailors. But that sort of thing would be used as a badge of honour, really, for some of the Royal Navy sailors as to how exotic their voyages had become. And of course, a boarding axe, which sailors would personalise with their own knotwork. Boarding axes were prevalent in the 1800s when artillery wasn't that powerful, so ships had to get really close together and there'd be boarding parties which would attack each other with swords and axe. And what else we got here? Oh yeah, beckets. So beckets are the handles from the end of sea chests, and we've had so many sea chests over the years, and they've all got different beckets on them. And sailors that were skilled in knot tying would personalise their own sea chest and replace the plain rope handles that they had. And you know, the children that joined the Navy, I mean, like Nelson joined when he was 12, the most skilled at that would show prospective captains their skill by making a pair of beckets. What else do we have? And oh yeah, I like the ammunition hook there. So rope tiers on board would coat the steel hooks that were used to lift ammunition. Obviously, a hook needs to be non-sparking, and therefore they'd clad them in this beautiful rope work. So yeah, a whale tooth stick. That's got a CITES agreement. We can talk you through that if you want to buy it. As you can see, it's not only has it got a great historical value, the amount of hours that have gone into this would be incredible. But it's a beautifully decorative piece too. I've seen lots of knotworks that are all quality and interesting, but none of them have this sort of elegant composition and attention to detail. I hope you like it as much as I do. It's here in our Royal Navy section, which seems very, very apt, and it should be going on the website any second now. So by the time you see this, it will be on the website and available to the next lucky custodian of it. So that's it for now. We'll get back to work and find the next Find of the Month. And if you don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel where our longer length videos are. We're putting more work into that all the time and trying to come up with interesting videos from restoration to products of the month and everything in between. So subscribe if you haven't already. And if you haven't subscribed to our newsletter, then get on there where you can see our latest news.